Robert Rodriguez has been delighting audiences for now all 3 decades. Wow, 3 decades. And yes, it's the 30th anniversary, it has been now, of his film El Mariachi. From Collider, Rodriguez's $7,000 Mariachi is still one of his best films. Do you agree with that? I mean, that's hard to argue. That's a statement. It's hard to argue. And this is actor Carlos Gallardo, who originated the role. But two things: he went on to executive produce the other two films in the El Mariachi trilogy, and owns a piece of the pie, as he should, because he was really vital in bringing this film to life, in helping really co-produce this movie. And that's Carlos Gallardo, the original El Mariachi. Since arriving on the cinematic scene in 1992, Rodriguez has proven to be a unique and versatile voice in cinema. New female filmmakers, known for hard edge R rated material like Desperado, few filmmakers, excuse me, and Sin City also dabbled in family friendly fare, that of Spy Kid films, and vice versa. I mean, what directors do you know that can be as versatile as Rodriguez, going from Dust Till Dawn, right? Sin City, Spy Kids. And some will say that even Book of Boba Fett was a little too family friendly, too Disney, and they wanted more of that harder edge, Sin City El Mariachi feel. From action to horror and science fiction to family films, his body of work is strikingly diverse. Would have to agree. As a filmmaker who can't easily be categorized or labeled, however, one of his most ambitious and impressive efforts continues to be his feature length debut, El Mariachi. What is El Mariachi all about? Well, originally produced for Mexican home video market and made for a mere $7,000. Man, that's much of what famously came from Rodriguez's participation in trials for medical research. El Mariachi follows the action packed and unintended exploits of its main protagonist, Carlos Gallardo, bouncing from one small town to another in search of work as a musician. The guitar wielding man runs afoul a local drug lord, Moco, played by the late Peter Marquardt, and his goons after a case of mistaken identity. Forced to take up arms in self preservation, the musician channels his inner gunslinger and goes to war with an army of henchmen. Along the way, the action crosses paths with local bartender Domino, played by Consuelo Gomez, who proves to be sympathetic in his plight and shelters him above her bar. The two strangers fall in love, and as fate would have it, Domino has connections of her own to the ruthless Moko. After a series of further violent encounters, one of which ends in tremendous tragedy, the musician emerges victorious, albeit at a costly price. Leaving town with a guitar full of guns, a mangled hand, a broken heart, and the musician is forever changed by his experiences. Hey, that's a pretty good explanation and kind of synopsis of El Mariachi. Yeah, that is a really good one. That is a really good one. Have you guys seen it? Have you guys ever seen this film? I have to say, I have to confess, I never saw it in the theater. I saw Desperado in the theater. I saw El Mariachi, I got home video at that time. And in the article, it continues to talk about Rodriguez's kind of legacy and what he's done. But here, let's read this last part and then we'll wrap it up on his creative ingenuity. Aside from the film's stripped down narrative, what set Mariachi apart from other films directed by Rodriguez is the level of cleverness employed to pull it off on a shoestring $7,000 budget. A filmmaker much of anything to work with aside from the bare essentials, especially in pre-digital era that required the use of precious and expensive 16 millimeter celluloid. To cut cost and avoid the wasting of time, Rodriguez came up with many simple but ingenious methods to get the most out of what was available to him. From shooting chronologically and editing in camera to casting local citizens and also using them as crew members, the first time feature filmmaker exploited every shortcut in the book. In a video detailing the making of his film, Rodriguez stated, "If you want to make a movie for a really low budget, you can't spend on anything. You have to refuse to spend." Think of a creative way to get around your problem and keep your money in your pocket. Oh, man, imagine that. That's it, huh? Keep your money in your pocket. 30th anniversary of El Mariachi. What do you guys think? Let me know. What do you love about this film? What have you heard? Have you heard any other great stories about the making of this film? I'm going to leave the story link in the video box description, but we just want to give a little homage and a little love to Rodriguez and the original El Mariachi, Carlos Gallardo. All right, we'll see you next time. Keep that slant fuerte.